Today we're going to be making light up dice. So I made these kits for an event and no one signed up. So I'm going to at least make one of these. I'm going to go through it. And we've got about an hour and a half to actually run through it. This video will be a lot faster than that. So I've got this base here. It's got a nano over here and then a bunch of neopixels. So I'll give you a close-up example of what we're looking at here. So here's a fritzing of it, right? So out of A1 comes a data line, which is actually pin, what is that, 13, 14, 15? Pin 15 in the Arduino. And then we got a button on D2 that gets grounded out. So let's pay attention to that when we're programming this, okay? So we've got that on here. Then we've got a diffuser plate. Actually, Alexa, light table 20%. Let's turn down our table a little bit. There we go. Okay, get a little bit of contrast. So we've got a diffuser plate that the button sticks through right there. And then we've got the vanity plate that actually frames all your dice pieces. So we got dice, I don't know, just a color in the middle because we could, then another dice. But right here, it's 7 long, right? And really, we could do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for our 6, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 for our 4. Like 1 and 2 or 1 and 2. Like there's a ton of different options we could do. We could do 6 here, and then same thing over here. And then this one, I don't know what we're going to do. We can choose. And then these two are kind of just hidden behind the plate. But, the strips were this long, so I made them like that. I didn't want to cut and, solder other ones. Anyways, let's get to work here. Okay, so program-wise, we're going to need a couple things. So I'm going to go to File, Examples, and then Adafruit NeoPixel and pull a bunch of that stuff out. And we'll go to the NeoPixel and Strand Test. Okay. So here's Strand Test. We need a couple things out of it. There we go. Okay. We need the LED pin, LED count, and the object right here. So I guess I'll make that a little wider too so we can see what we're doing. So need the object, all right? Control C, and then we'll move this down a little bit. Control V, there we go. Okay. And let's see, we need a LED pin, so define LED underscore pin. Whoops, pin. And let's see, that was on 15, I think I said. Let's take a look again. Yeah, so let's see, we got 13. Yeah, it goes 12, 13, 14, 15. So yeah, A1's on 15. Okay. So LED pin is 15. Copy that, paste that. Define LED underscore count. And we have 21 pixels. Okay, because it's 7 by 3 makes 21. Okay, there we go. And so this is all set up. So we have, it's on pin 15. We have 21 neopixels. That's looking good. And the object is called strip. That's fine. Okay, we also need a button here. So I'm going to hashtag define button digital read. Let's see. Digital read, it was on 2. There we go, 2. Cool. And then under setup here, we got to do a strip.begin. And then a strip.show. There we go. And for our button, let's do let's see, pin mode. Pin mode 2, comma, input underscore pull up. Okay. There we go. So it's going to pull it high. It's going to very weakly pull it high to 5 volts. So it wants to be on. Right? So the pins wants to return a 1, but when I push this down, I'm going to ground it out. When I push the button in, it's going to ground out and return a 0. Okay? So just to make sure you guys understand that, this button here is just floating at high because I used a pull up. And then when I push the button in here, it's going to ground it out, returning a 0. Okay. So there's our pin mode set up. Okay. Now I always like to do a boot sequence with these things. That way I made sure like everything works. Like if something doesn't work, I want to make sure it's like my code and not the hardware, right? So let's do a for int a equals 0. A is less than 21. Or no, that's right. Let's do this right. LED underscore count. In case we decide to make a huge, huge one, we just up the LED count. Then A plus plus. Okay. So let's just turn them all like a light white. So strip dot set capital pixel color. That's a command for setting things. And the first one is actual pixel. And pixels start at 0 in machines, not 1. So if I want that first pixel to hit, I mean, I guess it's still A. A starts at 0. And it's going to keep incrementing up 1 until it hits 21 here. Okay? So set pixel A, comma, let's see, so we got RGB at 255, so we'll do, I don't know, 75, comma, 75, comma, 75. There we go. In parentheses, semicolon. Cool, so it's going to set that pixel, but it's not going to show it, right? Until we do a strip dot show. Okay, then we'll put a delay because we don't care about the boot sequence timing. We'll do a delay of, I don't know, 100. There we go. So this should take, what is it, 21 pixels, 2.1 seconds to boot, about. That's fine. Okay, and then we'll set that back to 0. Control C, Control V. And set these all to 0. So turn it back off. Okay, there we go. And then it turns the next one on, shows it, etc. And then we'll do a strip dot show out here. Okay. So, first of all, before I plug it in, I'm going to check my tools and my port. So I have 1367. I'm going to plug it in here. I think it already has some test code that's similar. Okay, yeah, it's similar. But under my tools now, we go to port, and yeah, it added 8. Okay, cool. This is a Nano with an old bootloader. AVR ISP Mark II. Perfect. Okay. So this should all work. Okay. So what it should do is do a sort of dimmish white that goes from here and then up here, then up here. Okay. So yeah, we'll see if this works. Oh. Adafruit NeoPixel strip. Huh. Didn't like that. Does not name a type. Oh, okay, my bad. I see. I didn't actually include the library. Okay, one more important thing we have to pull from the other sketch is include Adafruit NeoPixel.h. Okay. Oh, whoops. I'll show that. There you go. Okay. So this part right here, this include Adafruit NeoPixel.h, I needed that. Okay. So go up here and paste it. Enter. Okay. So now that we got the library, it should compile. We'll see. I might have missed something. I might have missed a comma or a semicolon. I'm pretty good at not doing that, though. Okay. And oh, yeah. Let's get that. The live action. Okay, just finish uploading, and there it goes. Cool. So we're going to hit reset to watch it again. And there's the lights. They all work. Okay, everything works, right? And we'll test the button in a little bit here. Let's take a look at our code here. Okay. So under loop, so we're going to do something super simple. Okay, so we're going to strip dot set pixel color. And what's the middle one? 10? Yeah, that would be, let's see, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10 would be that center one. Okay. So 10, so set pixel 10, and we'll make it like, I don't know, red. Okay, so 255 times button, comma, 0, comma, 0. Okay, so button is defined as digital read 2. Okay, so if I'm touching if I'm holding down 2, it's grounding out. It's going to return a 0. It should turn the light off. If I let go of the button, there's an input pull-up on it, right? So it should pull high. It should return a 1. So it's going to be digital read, which equals 1 times 255. So, which is 255. 255 times 1 is 255. 255 times 0 is 0, right? So as I push the button, it should turn that light off. And then, of course, we need a strip.show. There we go. And then I'll put a tiny delay in there so it's not constantly bursting it with data. Okay. We'll bring this back up. Should compile a little faster since it's compiled once. Should. There it goes. It's uploading. Cool. And wait for there's a boot sequence. All right. And so that red light's on. I hit the button. Turns off. Perfect. So we're reading a button. Okay. Okay. Everything's tested. We're good now. So let's actually start writing this thing. So first of all, well, as we push the button, we needed to randomly set 2 different numbers, right? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make, I don't know, dice 1, dice 2. I'll make an array, I think. I'll do, let's see, we can do an int. Int dice equals, no, it's got to be an array. We'll make an array that's 2 wide. So instead of being 1 variable, now it's 2 variables. Okay? Equals, and now since it's 2 variables, we got to use the curly brackets and set each variable. And we'll just start at, I don't know, 0, 0. And we'll make sure that doesn't show any LEDs. Okay? All right, so there's that. And let's see, we need to also show the dice somehow. So, yeah, how will we do that? I think we're going to use another matrix here, but we'll use a 2D matrix. So int, I guess it can be a Boolean. It can just be 1s and 0s. Boolean display or disp. Let's see, so a dice is kind of a 3x3, huh? 3. No, that doesn't matter. There's 21 dice, but there's 9 different outcomes. So 9 different pixels by, let's see, so when you roll a dice, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? But there's also that 7 one. There's also this 0 here. So we'll have it 7 wide. Okay? And then we're going to have that equal, okay, so let's look at these dice. Because you have to sort of strategize with this here, right? I'm going to move this screen up just a little bit. There we go. So we can work down here-ish. Okay. So if none of them are on, that's a 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. See, oh, I did this in the wrong order. It needs to be 7. 7 by 9. There we go. 9 different pixels, 7 different options. Okay. So 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So we need 9 variables. 1s or 0s because it's a Boolean, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Comma. Oh, it's a 2D, so we need the 2 curly brackets to start out with. Okay. Let's go to the next line. Okay. So if it's 1, it says middle one, right? I'm going to be, I guess I'll be referring to this one here. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? Those are my pixels here. And so 1 would just be that center one lit up, right? Which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So just this is a 1, comma 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay? And then we'll, in that curly, do another comma, come to the next one, start a curly. Okay. So now 2, it can either be like this over here, just this one and this one, or this one and this one. because the math is a little bit easier to do this and this, that's what I'm going to do here. So that's going to be a 1, comma 0, comma 0, comma 0, comma 0, comma 1. Okay. Next line. And let's see. Okay, so we're at 2, right? And 3 is, because 2 goes this way, I'm going to make 3 a little more difficult on me, but it'll be a little cooler while it's shuffling. Like if it's just this and then this on, there's not much change in the flashing. So I'm going to make that a little more. And that red's a little bright, huh? Alexa, light table 50. Let's contrast that a little bit. Alexa, light table 50. There we go. Okay, cool. A little bit of contrast. So if we do this one, this is 0. Well, I guess it's 1, 2, on, 3, on, 4, on, right? So on. So 0, comma 0, comma 1, comma 0, comma 1, comma 0, comma 1, comma 0, comma 0. Okay. So those are the ones that are on if that one gets activated, right? Next line. So now we're at 4. So now we're just all the corners, right? Now, we could do fancy stuff and do a plus instead of the corners, right? Might be cool. Might not be. Like, we can change it if we want later. But right now, I'm just going to be boring and do it the right way. Not the right way, the standard way. 0, comma 1, comma. Okay, so it's a 1, then 0, then 1. So this is on, this is off, this is on. And then, let's see, this is 4, right? Yeah, so all these need to be off. Comma. Actually, okay, I'm going to do this, but then I'm going to regret it. Because now that I realize what 5 is going to look like, now I want to change 4. So there's a lot more change on the board. Okay, so 5 is going to be the exact same thing, but with the middle one on, right? So it's just going to add that one LED. So I can actually copy and paste that and change that middle one to 1. But now it's just having these lights on and this one turning on also or off. So not much change there overall. But I think I'll live. I'll survive. I'll start a GoFundMe for poor me who has to watch the lights not change much. Okay, so 6 now. So let's see, this is 0, right? Nothing's on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, which can either be this row of lights on and this row of lights on, or this row of lights on and this row of lights on, right? It can be either one of those. And I think I like the up and down just because when I'm looking at it, just going across, I don't know, might look a little plain, while up and down makes a little more sense. Okay, so let's see, 1, 2, so that's 1, 0, 1, 1. Okay, that's 1, comma, 0, comma, 1, comma, 1, comma, 0, comma, 1, comma, 1, comma, 0, comma, 1. All right, and then 2 curlies because we're ending the full thing and a semicolon. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lights that are on here. Perfect. Okay. So now with that, I think our loop is just going to go between each one of these. Okay. So 4 int a equals 0. A is less than 7. A plus plus. Okay. So it's going to start with this, and then it's going to show the rest. Okay. So see, it's got to display all these and show it, right? So 4 int b equals 0. B is less than, how many are in here? 9. 9, comma, b plus plus. Okay, 9 variables to show. And I think we'll just start it on the first one, and then we'll make it work on the second one in a second. Okay. So, let's, what are we doing here? We need to make something that displays all these on the thing. So first of all, the first 3 are easy, right? So if b is less than 3, strip dot set pixel color. Let's see. Yeah, just straight up b. Oh, that's not a 0. That is an O. I do that so many times. So this one corresponds to that first one, right? The next one corresponds to the next one, and the third one corresponds to the third pixel. The problem is the fourth one doesn't correspond to the fourth pixel. It corresponds to the 8th pixel, or pixel 7. So you got to do math there. Okay. So if b is less than 3, we can go straight to it. So b, oh, that's right. We can still make it one line. B, comma, and let's make it, I don't know, blue. Blue? So RGB. So 0, 0, 255. Okay, we'll add cool colors in a little bit. Oh, whoops. Okay, yeah, that's right. Semicolon and end the curly because that's ending the if statement. If b is less than... No, we'll do an else. There we go. Else. No, we'll do straight up ifs. We'll keep this simple on you guys. Okay, so if b is greater than 2, whoops, not capital 2. If b is greater than 2 and, no, there it is, and b is less than 6. Okay. Strip dot set pixel color. So 3 is now supposed to equal 7, so that's plus 4, right? So b plus 4, 0, 0, 255. Okay. Now if b is greater than 5, so that would run 6, 7, 8, right? Because this is 0 right here. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, this is 0, 1, 2. So this is 3, which is greater than 2. 4 and 5, which is less than 6. And this right here is greater than 5. 6, 7, 8. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if b is greater than 5, then strip dot set pixel color. What'd that be then? So okay, we're at 6. 6 equals, let's see, 7. Oh, this is 14, right? 0, 7, 14. So 14 minus 6 is 8. Let's see if that works out. So b plus 8, comma, 0, 0, 255. Okay. Semicolon and curly. And it looks like I forgot the curly up here too. Okay. So it sets all the colors, right, of the pixels. Okay. Enter. Then we do strip. There we go. Strip dot show. And yeah, you're supposed to be back there. And you're not supposed to be here. Okay, there we go. Strip dot show, and we'll do a delay of, I don't know, 500. So we can actually inspect these things. Okay, let's give this a try. Let's see what happens. I haven't quite referred to the dice yet, but we'll do that in a little bit. Let's see, where are we at here? Need a semicolon somewhere. I'll show you what it's showing me here. Oh, I see where it is. So right here, I'll move you back out of the way. You guys don't need to see my shame. Okay, I did not put a semicolon at the end of this line. There we go. Let's see, and while it's compiling, let's see, there's semicolon, 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 semicolon. Oh, no semicolon here. One more issue, huh? It'll error out. Okay, oh, and that's a comma. How embarrassing. Cool. Oh, another one. Okay, what do we get here? So b is greater than 5. Let's see, strip dot set pixel color. Oh. Oh, I see. I didn't end the parentheses. All sorts of faux pas. Cool, that was right here, by the way. I just hit semicolon and actually end the parentheses of this object. Oh, and it's uploading. Cool, so it's going to run through the lights. And it should show one. Oh, it just has them on. Oh, it doesn't turn everything off. And it's not showing the last bit either. Okay. So B plus 8 is not working. Oh, it is working. They're just not very bright. Oh, I have it set to 266. That's funny. Okay. So we got a couple issues. So 255. There we go. That's going to be set there. And it's got to turn them off after it's done. So it's going to wait. And then 4 int A equals 0. A is less than 21. A plus plus. And then strip dot set pixel color A comma 0 comma 0 comma 0. So turn them all off when it's done. Okay. Very important. Because it's just telling them to turn on right now, right? So it's showing the 1, and then it's showing the 2, then it's showing the 3, it's showing the 4, but it's not actually turning off the initial one, the last one. So it's just filling up the board. Okay, typical boot sequence again. And turns them all on. Okay. Huh. Oh, I see what I did. Okay, so it's just telling them to turn them on, right? So I'm having it turn them all on, but not actually based on the display. So this will be, what is it? So disp, okay, so we're A down, A comma, or A, and then B over, times 255. There we go. So what it's going to do here is A, so there's 7 different options, right? 7 different lists of variables. And then inside the list, there's 9 different variables there. So it's going to, if B equals 0, this is going to equal 0. A is going to equal, well, A and B equal 0. It's going to come down to the 0th one and 0 over. 0 times 255 is 0, so it's going to be off, right? And it's going to keep doing that until it finds a 1. So when A equals 2, or sorry, when A equals 1, which is this row, and B equals 4, which is this variable, now it's going to be, I guess it'll be down here, but 255. Okay. So just to make sure you guys can see all this stuff that I'm changing. So it was just turning them on, right? Which isn't right. The turning on should be based on this array we just made. There we go. Okay. Let's upload that. One of these days we'll get this working. All right. Okay, that works, of course. Hey, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Way cool. Okay. That's pretty exciting. So now it's showing them, and we'll add color in just a minute here. But right now I want to put some of these in subroutines or functions. So what I want to do is I want to do a, let's see, a void set dice. I want to go int, not int, it can be int. And this might get huge. Int die, comma, int value of the dice, and then int, I guess, color. No, it's got to, okay. It's got to be, what is it, a double, a word? I forget. We'll do long unsigned. Long unsigned. Color. Is that what we're doing? I think that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing for now. We'll do that. Oh. Let's see. End this, parentheses, start our... No, we don't need to do long unsigned color. That's right. We'll just do int color. We'll let the other subroutine actually run the color. Okay. So, let's see. We need... For the dice, we need kind of all this stuff, right? So let's grab all this. Okay, copy, and then paste. Okay, so all this is in the subroutine now. I'm going to delete this out of the loop. Loop is empty. Okay, and we're definitely getting rid of that delay. So, depending on which dice you select, so B So okay, remember how B is like sets it at 0? Well, if we're gonna set over here, we have to shift it over, right? So we have to shift it over 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 over. So instead of B, it'll be B plus die times 4. Okay, there we go, and we'll do that to each of these. Okay, plus 4 plus die times 4. B plus 8 plus die times 4. Okay. So let's give that a try. Yeah, we'll worry about color in a little bit. But I guess we have a value, huh? So let's see, we have 9. So we actually got to get rid of this setup here. So get rid of that one and that one. Okay. That's because we're not going through every single value. We're just going to be referring to one value. And let's decrease indent, bring it over, keep it organized. Okay. So instead of A, where's our A? There it is. It's val, V-A-L. V-A-L and V-A-L. Okay. And then, yeah, this is something we got to get rid of too. And so we'll do a void black. And then no variables, we'll just run it and it'll turn everything black without showing it. So Control X, Control V. Oh, don't want that spare curly bracket out there. Enter. There we go. Okay, so when we run the black subroutine, it's going to run this, where it turns off all the pixels. It doesn't show it. It just turns them off in memory. Okay? And this one, we probably shouldn't have a show in here either. We should just have it set it, and then we'll show. So let's do this. So for int a equals 0, a is less than 7, a plus plus. Okay? So we'll do a set dice, and we need to set dice 0. Let's see, and the value is a, right? So the first dice, because there's two sets of dice, one here and one here, right? So dice 0 is a. Okay, oh, dice 0 is the first one we'll set. We'll set it to a, which goes from 0 to 7. Okay? And then colors doesn't really matter yet, so we'll just do 10, because that number really doesn't matter. Do that. We'll do no, not a strip.show. We'll set the other dice too. Set dice 1, comma a, comma 10, because still it doesn't matter that one. So they should be set the same if the math is right. Okay. Now we'll do a strip.show, and then we'll do a blackout. Yeah, just black. There we go. Oh, whoops, parentheses because it's an object. Okay. So let's upload that and let's see what happens. If everything works right, it should be setting both them the same. A was not declared. Oh, I still have an A in here? Oh, whoops. I messed that one up. I see. So I'll show you what I did here. So this was an A that was left over. I missed because I took the value, went straight down from here. This one's supposed to be value. This one's supposed to be B. There we go. Okay. There it goes, uploading. And we know everything works. I'm actually gonna up the boot speed there. Make that 20. And something doesn't work right, huh? Okay. So let's see if the value is A. Oh, I see. That is going so fast that we can't even see it changing. That's what's going on. We need a delay. Oh yeah, delay of, no, we'll do 300. We'll go faster. Now as we're getting more confident, we're speeding things up. So just so you can see everything, here's what we got so far. All right, there we go. Okay, yeah, it never quite uses these pixels this one down here and this one up here, which is kind of a bummer, but it does work. Okay, so let's try one more thing just to show the actual function of this. So let's see, I'm going to get rid of this for loop and the curly bracket that accompanied it. I'm going to select all this and right click and decrease indent, bring it over. And this time, instead of doing A, I'm going to do random 6 plus 1. Okay? Because I never want it to be 0. When I type in random 6, it's going to return a value from 0 to 5. Okay, it always technically it's 0 to 5.9999999, but because we don't have decimals, it's just going to return a value from 0 to 5. We're going to do the same thing over here. Random 6 plus 1. And the plus 1 makes it 1 through 6 instead of 0 through 5. Okay? And we'll do this. Yeah, we'll do it at the same speed. So now it should show 2 different random values on all these, which when we get to it will be activated by the button instead of just by randomly assigning itself. Hey, there we go. All right. All sorts of random stuff. Cool. Okay. So this thing works so far. Let's do it here. So if I push the button's going to return 0, right? So while button equals 0, run this, right? So what would that be? That would be select it, right click, increase indent. Okay. And then enter, close that bracket, and then just hang out. Just delay of 10. Okay. So while you're holding the button, it's going to set the value, right, of the dice. And when you let go, it's going to stop setting the value. So let's give it a try. Let's see if this works. Let's see, get ready to hit my button here. All right, so it does nothing. Then I hit this, and it's just randomly creating variables. Perfect. I let go. All right, so basically, like that's it, right? It's now electronic dice, but it's just blue, which is kind of boring. But I mean, if you want to end it here and be boring, you can. I'll show you how to do a lot more stuff to this in the next video here. So right now we've got a dice that's working. It's really slow and really simple, and we're going to spice it up the next couple videos. Thanks for watching.